Hi, everyone. Hello and happy New Year's Eve, everyone. I am here. We are back together, and this is Crazy Callan Vlogs for any of you that are new here. I am over here on this channel just as a friendship chain channel to continue my connections with people that I make on my main channel, which is Crazy Days of Callan, where I haul all Dollar Tree items on Saturdays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. And over here, we just hang out together. We have a moment, we sit, we have a lot of coffee with Callan times where we're just sitting chatting about things, topics, everyday life. I share my days with you guys, what I'm doing and what I'm up to. If I want to take you guys on adventures with me, if we do anything fun. I also might post a haul randomly of something that is outside of the Dollar Tree being purchased that I find a good deal on that I want to bring to your attention. I mean, there could be an array of things over here that are posted throughout just random days where I'm just here to connect with you guys. These are not time-stamped videos. They're as lengthy as, whatever event or talk we're going to have. I am on my laptop, which gives me a lot of space to be able to just talk freely, not rush. My cell phone is a different story if you guys are, used to that. I have very limited space on my cell phone device, but here I'm on the laptop. So I'm just about to have like a New Year's talk with you guys. Talk about like my year so far, up to the last couple of days of 2022 and things and resolutions that I want to look forward to in 2023. And hopefully, it will be a better year. So let's just start there, I guess. I just want to say that I really, overall, let's start with the positivity for sure, because I love that. My journey through YouTube for the year of 2022, all the people that I met, the connections that I made, and the love that I shared, support, and everything else to and from one another throughout the whole entire year of 2022. I don't know what I would do without you guys. If you guys are somebody that's watching this, that we've gained a friendship, a relationship, we've become a family, essentially a village, a community with one another from meeting over on my Crazy Days of Callan channel. We talk through Instagram, email messages, the comments down below on the videos. I talk to a lot of you outside of the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree hauling, I talk to you guys. Some of us have exchanged telephone numbers and things like that. I've actually gained a best friend named Caitlin S. through my YouTube journey that I went to visit for the first time face to face this past springtime, summertime, and I met her in person for the first time after just absolutely connecting with each other through this whole entire like community basis, and we grew this very deeply rooted friendship. And I met her wonderful family. We spent, I think 4 or 5 days down in Pennsylvania just immersing ourselves in her surroundings, her life, and meeting her in person, just my husband and I. And our friendship has only continued to grow and move forward all of these months. And I'm looking forward to our next year of friendship in 2023, as well as so many of you. I could name you all off like one after another. There are so many of you that I've connected with, that I've met in person, that I've gotten a chance to hang out with, and I couldn't be more grateful for this journey. This YouTube platform has brought something into my life that I was lacking. I was a very always, since I was really, really young, I was an incredibly social child, teenager, adult in my 20s, early 30s. I had so many groups of friends and family that I really made it a point to connect with and have the bond continue on with. And I had to work really hard on a lot of those relationships because it wasn't a two-way street. I kind of had to be the one to make most of the contact and all of the initiative. And once I got into like my mid 30s, around there, I started to feel like, okay, I'm getting older. I'm feeling the stress and strain of just trying to continue to make moves toward these friendships, relationships, family members that really weren't giving any effort toward me and hadn't been for when I looked over the journey, really hadn't been making any effort at all. I was the one that was really trying to force these relationships to continue and to flourish and to be as close as we were. I was always like involved with their kids and stuff like that. And when I looked back, I saw that, my son really didn't get a lot of like the love and attention that he deserved out of their connections to him. And after a while, pictures change and things become more apparent to you than they were prior. You learn, you grow, and you prioritize the things that are most important. And slowly but surely, through like the end of my 30s, my mid to the end of my 30s, turning 40, 41 now. I'm about to be 42 in this next chapter of 2023. I really, really pulled back. It doesn't mean I don't love them. It doesn't mean I don't think of them, wish them well, all the most wonderful things. I talk to them when I see them time to time. I say hi to them. We connect on social media, things like that. But I really kind of pulled back to see if they were going to maybe make the initiative to come look for me, come look for my family and stuff like that. And I very quickly realized that it just wasn't going to happen. So I love a lot of people from a distance. I've learned to put up a lot of boundaries to protect myself because I am an extremely emotional person. I'm a very empathetic person. I care a lot about things that I'm passionate about and family, friends, all that stuff. Like I am just, when I'm in 110%. And, I realized that I needed to pull back and to maybe just concentrate a little bit more on myself as a human being and give back to myself. And I always gave, 210% to my family, my main core of my family that lives in my home, my child, number one, always. And so I started to reevaluate some things. And that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. I feel very comfortable where I am now. I love everyone and I think of them fondly, but I don't make a lot of effort toward putting myself out there to pull people in that don't kind of do the give and take with me anymore, no matter who they were in my past. So, relationships have changed, but you guys have come into play. And I spend most of my days, if I'm not working, cleaning my house, spending time with my core immediate family, and talking to my best friends on the phone. I have two best friends, and because they're both far distance, both of them live out of state. And that's it. Like that's it. I talk to you guys. I connect with you guys in every way, shape, or form that I can possibly do it. I plan road trips, hopefully I can get more road trips out of 2023 and be able to connect with you guys and maybe meet up in groups a little bit more, even if it's just like a day event of just hanging out with one another, putting around the Dollar Trees or what have you, grabbing a coffee. I am a very, very cheap date and very simplistic person. I love thrifting, clearance shopping, and extremely low prices when just putting around. And I like to grab a McDonald's coffee that is like $1.70. So, and I find a lot of people with very common personality traits as myself that I've connected with through here, and I just love it. I just absolutely love it. I love it with all my heart, and I thank you guys so much for being a part of this chapter of my life because it has brought such amazing things to myself, my family. It's just meant so incredibly much to every single one of us, and I love you. So let's get started a little bit on the list. So for 2022, this was probably the hardest year of my life. probably like it's definitely in the top three of the hardest years of my entire life. If a lot of you haven't been here for the whole 2022 experience, I have definitely leaned on you guys a lot for support and prayer, and positive vibes, and everything else, even when you didn't know that I was leaning on you. And dang it, I already feel like I'm going to cry. I definitely got more than what I could have ever hoped for in support, love, positive vibes, prayers, and everything else, and the most genuine people in my corner that I desperately needed. This year has been one of the toughest years of my life. We started off New Year's last year with my puppy on New Year's Eve going to the emergency vet, and it was just terrible. We spent about, I think, 7 or 8 hours on New Year's Eve last year with her, and then the year only progressed with her getting sick really frequently. Then she'd have a bounce back, and then she'd be sick again, and we went through a whole year like that. And up until like the last couple of months of her life, the struggles were getting more difficult, but those last couple of months of her life, and especially the last 2 weeks of her life, were terrible. They were terrible. And I did everything I could possibly do. I did it, physically by myself because my husband was at work, my son was at work, and I needed to emotionally ground myself. So I was with her all day, every day for those last 2 weeks of her being here on this earth with me. And I took her to her vet appointments, her online vet appointments, just all the things. And you guys, if you've been here with me for even just a little bit, you know how much my little candy girl means to me. And she was a part of my every move of the day. And I miss her so much. It's been a little over 2 months now that she's been gone. And every single time I think of her, which is all day long, I feel that little knot in my chest. And it was a huge loss, and it was extremely brutal. So that is one of the hardest things I've ever experienced, losing a pet that I felt was like a child to me. It was it was devastating, and it still is, and I miss her dearly. So we had that, and then this is so hard for me to talk about, but if you guys were experiencing any of that difficulty with me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. My husband, I almost lost in the springtime. He was 2 points away from fatal. It was a very near death experience. He is a type 1 diabetic. His illness is very severe. They've also, in the last year, diagnosed him, on top of being a type 1 diabetic, they diagnosed him with brittle diabetes. His case is very difficult. And it has been a really scary 6 years. But this year, almost losing him, almost having to officially say goodbye to him, I still think it was a miracle what they did to bring him back. And I cannot thank God and the world and the prayers and the love and support and just everything that we received at that time to keep him here with me. I do not know what I would do without my husband. He is my best friend overall. He is the most wonderful person. He is extraordinarily smart. He's funny. He's bright, and he's positive and loving, and he's my calm because I am a hyperactive wild child. I go all day long, and he is my grounding force that gives me peace and calm and comfort and makes me feel safe and loved. And we are so silly together, and I just couldn't do it without him. Um, that was brutal. And he has been in the ICU, this past year. I think it's 4 times that he was in the ICU in 2022. So I'm just hoping for better everything in 2023. My mom had health issues. The only, I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I'm not. 2022 was a tough one. And the things that I can say that were positive and wonderful about it was that my son graduated high school and he worked extremely hard. He got hired at his full-time job position right out of high school where he was already working because school was a trade program. High school where he excelled in HVAC, and he is working full time for a very, very wonderful company. He had a wonderful prom. The whole experience was just absolutely wonderful. So that was a wonderful couple of months to watch him go through those milestones and to feel that pride, love, all the events that we had, graduation parties, and all of the things that we celebrated with him. And he is just my gift. He is just my gift. He is a wonderful kid. He's very responsible and just a loving son. He's just a loving, loving son. He is, really, really just driven, and I instilled a lot of that in him, and he watches his dad work extremely hard for his family, and that drive and determination is definitely in that kid. So I feel really, really thankful for that, and I know I'm just going to continue to watch him grow into the best man I could have possibly ever hoped I could help create, as well as my husband and everybody else that has been a part of raising him, his village. So that is just amazing. My mom got her beautiful apartment that we were waiting on, and she is all settled in, and it's so, so pretty. So that was a really exciting time for her to move into her place and then get back on her feet and move in her journey through life because she was living here with us for a little bit of time until she could find a place that was suitable for her. And I am so happy for her that she's there. And that has been a blessing. It's just been a blessing. And I'm just thankful that that moment has come for her and she's settled in her little neck of the woods, and it's a beautiful, beautiful place that I have actually shared some pictures with you guys over here and showed you. I actually have a little bit of a video that I want to put up to show you what her apartment looks like during Christmas time. I just haven't had a second to do it. So there is that. So there's some positives. Now, I've yapped enough about all that other stuff. I could go on, but I'm not going to bore you to death over here. My 2023 New Year's resolutions are as follows. I want to pay down bills. I want to pay down bills. I am a very, very budget. I'm a budgeting queen. I've budgeted my whole entire life. I've been working my tail off since I was a kid because I always had babysitting jobs. I always worked two or three jobs, even if they were part-time, to piece them together so that I could be here for my son. I always worked a couple of jobs at a time. But out of high school, I worked 12-hour shifts at a rehabilitation center near me. I worked 12 to 12, 7 to 7s, and I just banked money. I love to save, I love to budget. I just want to do more of that, and I want to pay down our debts and get rid of some of the extraneous bills so that we can start saving more for fun times, going on a real vacation again that we have not been on since before the pandemic started. I want to get rid of bills. I just want to get rid of them. I want to be down to the bare bones basics. I want to do as much as possible to create a lighter load in the household. And I don't even care if it's 5 or 10 extra dollars on a bill. I'm going to pay those bills down with my husband so that our years of aging are easier for us. And that is a big mission for me this year, is to just get it down. Get it down and get rid of some of the extra things that we don't really need. Cable. I don't know. I'm not really into it. I watch YouTube on my phone and I talk to you guys basically. So there's some things that we really need to get down and possibly even remove altogether. Maybe even change our cell phone bill plan so that we have a cheaper rate, see what's out there for other options. So we're going to get that done. And that is a huge mission that we are already on board going to go for. We're going to flip things, which we love to do. We love to thrift and flip, redo stuff. And we've done that for years, but because of how sick he's been for the last few years, progressed in his illness, we've really had a hard time keeping up what we used to do. And he also has an eBay business where that has definitely fallen by the wayside. So we really need to get on track to get that extra income in here so that we can, just pay whatever extra we can on anything possible and get it gone. Budgeting is going to like an all-time high priority this year. So now this says go away more, day trips, weekends, and even sometimes during the week when rates are cheaper. Now, when I say go away, I don't care if I grab a coffee in the morning and go take a little ride up north to North Conway, to Lincoln, New Hampshire, to somewhere beautiful and pristine. It's a tank of gas, a McDonald's coffee, and be done with it. Like, just go out for the day, immerse ourselves in nature and the beauty of like just everyday life, which is what I love to do the most. You don't need to do anything fancy with me, I can tell you that. I will pack a ham and cheese and we will be on our way for the day doing absolutely nothing but enjoying the world with good company. So, day trips, that. If we go away, I don't care about staying in a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, whatever it is, the cheapest rate possible. And sometimes in the weekdays, you can find like some pretty ridiculously cheap rates if you're willing, to look into that. So, whatever we're going to do, it's going to be on a very cheap budget friendly basis as it normally is anyways. It's just going to be more extreme, but I need to get out of here with my family. We work so hard in every part of the day, and I want to be able to enjoy life as well with one another and have time to sit, talk, relax, and just enjoy life. So I want to do that. And even when we go on vacation, just take me somewhere that I either have a walk to the beach or we have a little hole in the wall pool, and I will bring my ham and cheese to that too. Eat out of my paper bag while I'm taking a dip. Whatever we do, we're going away, but it's going to be budget friendly. But we need to get away more. Spend time doing more photos. Okay. So photography has been my whole life since like my childhood. I've had a camera. I watched my mom do photography a lot of my childhood growing up, and she used to do a lot of my pictures as well and blow them up and make a whole entire like little order out of them. Um, oh, excuse-moi, I kicked you. So I really want to get back into that. I love doing photography. I could just go out somewhere, pick a location, put around paths, take pictures of leaves with dew on it, animals scampering in the woods, whatever it may be, the ocean, the sky, what flowers that intrigue me, a bumblebee sitting on it, whatever it is. I have cameras and I need to charge those because I always use my cell phone for basically everything now, and my cameras have fallen by the wayside. I love to look at the world through the lens and capture those beautiful little moments. So I want to get back into my photography. And on those days, I want to be able to go out by myself for the whole day, feel the world, and take it, go wherever it takes me. So that is definitely a big plan. Make more jewelry for craft fairs and, get started back on that train. I absolutely love craft fairs. I love craft fairs, not for the selling part of it, but I love to meet people that are creative and that really, 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 really love their craft. They love their craft. They're passionate about it. I have met such amazing people in years past when I did craft fairs like more frequently. I want to get back to my jewelry making. I used to have a business name called Kicks Collections, and I used to just make costume jewelry that made me happy. And I want to try to get back into making jewelry or making something along the lines of my beads and things like that and start sell. I make stuff and I sell it for super cheap, just a little bit for the labor, the cost of the material, and I enjoy it so much. I'll let it go for really, really inexpensive prices just to give me like a little profit, but not anything that is at all unmanageable to somebody else. So I really want to do that, and I want to share my stuff with others at craft fairs. So there is that. Thrifting and flipping, I already told you that. I want to get back into thrifting and flipping. We love it so much. We have so much fun doing it. I want to be able to go to, yard sales and, thrift stores that are like the little hole in the wall thrift stores. I have found that Goodwill is out. I never find anything at Goodwill. So, Savers out. I don't even bother going in there anymore. The prices have gone berserk. And I am not going to go and have to charge like 50, $60 for something after paying like 25, 30 for it at a thrift store. I'm just not going to do that to somebody else, and I'm not going to invest in that myself at a thrift store. But I do want to get back into flipping. And Richie and I have this thing called free. I can't say it because it's a swear, but it's free S shopping. We've always done it. We have so much fun doing it. Richie calls it that, and that's what we go out and do. Like at the end of the day on a Saturday or Sunday, after the yard sales are wrapped up and everybody kind of pulls everything to the curb because they don't want to take it back in. Whatever hasn't sold is just gonna get out, and hopefully someone will swing by and take it. That is so much fun for us when we're digging through boxes and we find cute little things that we know we can flip. So I really want to do that again and get back into it more consistently like we used to. I just want to take my husband on quiet fishing dates. My husband absolutely loves fishing. If there's anything he's passionate about for a hobby, a downtime for himself personally, it is fishing. He has spent most of this year, 2022, sick. He's been sick a lot. And it definitely took away from any energy that he had left over to be able to do the things that he enjoys. And in this next coming year, I want to get back to grabbing a book for myself, a coffee. I got to get the coffee. And then I want his fishing poles, his tackle box in the car, and him and I to go trudge through some woods, find a beautiful little spot to sit, and I want him to fish while I take pictures of him. I want to get back to that. We haven't done that in so long. So there's that. Now, I want to get back to socializing. Is it? No. Yes, socializing. I need to get back to socializing in some way, shape, or form. I have become extraordinarily introverted, other than my connection to you guys. I don't, I don't, I don't leave my house very often, and even though I love that, there's like a hand of it that I absolutely love. And then there's another hand of it now that we've moved so far past, um, the last couple of years. I kind of pause when I think about being out among a big community of people. Not that I want to be back into like a big community of people, but I need to start connecting with some of my more local friends, even if it's a Friday night, going to like a little shop or something like that, sitting having tea and a chat every couple of weeks. I need to start socializing a bit more out and about like a normal, not normal, but like not normal. That's the wrong word. But I'm young now. I'm not going to be young forever. None of us are. And I can't keep waiting to feel like everything is 100% okay to be able to socialize again. I need to find some kind of balance and get back out and try to rejoin like my friendships that are in person, that are local to me, my friends that are around my community, and meet up, for a little dinner in a small restaurant or something on a Friday night and have a few hours of like girl time. So that's what I want to do with that. And then date nights, okay? Date nights doing nothing. That means him and I on the sofa, movies, popcorn, and hanging out with each other. My legs in his lap, him, leaning on me, and us covered up with cute blankets. I just want quiet time with my husband. I miss him so much. He works so hard. He always has, but I crave more time with him. I think that the fear of losing him so many times over and being so close to actually losing him this past spring, I want more time with my husband. I need it. I adore that man. He has come in and changed our lives in such a positive way that I didn't even know we needed. We've been together for 12 years. In 2023, in October, we will have been together for 13 years. And I need him. So I need that downtime with him to just spend time at home, doing things together around the house quietly, taking a nap in the middle of the day on a Sunday, and just being a part of each other's, circle and our bubble together. Hugging, holding, and all the TLC. Just a few more. I want to go to plays and comedy shows, okay? And so we have a lot of comedy houses and playhouses, in our vicinity between here and to Boston. Boston is about 27 minutes away, but they do have some smaller theaters. I love plays. I absolutely love plays. I've loved them since I was small. We used to go on a lot of different field trips to see plays during school time when we would have trips planned for, our class or whatever. I've loved them forever and a day. My mom used to take me to a playhouse that was near us to see plays, have dinner and a show, get all dressed up, and I love it. And I can still remember sitting there watching the plays. It had such an impact on me, and I love them. I also love comedy. I love to laugh. I love to laugh and giggle and joke around, and I am sarcastic and just I have like this part of my personality. Once you get me going, it's over. Like, we're just going to pee our pants laughing. We are going to pee our pants laughing for the rest of the day once you get me going. So there's that. I want to go on Groupon events. If anybody's ever tried Groupon, Groupon used to be my jam years ago, before again that thing came to our life and harmed us all in some way, shape, or form. Groupon was so much fun because I love budgeting and because I love doing things with, being careful with money. Groupon was so fun to find events on. I want to get back on to Groupon, looking up our areas and seeing what is out there to enjoy. Excuse me, I'm having the hiccups. What is out there to enjoy? And maybe getting some discounted prices to go do things that are fun that we've never tried before. So there's that. I want to go bowling. Yes, I want to go bowling. We used to be regular bowlers. I am not great at it. It's candlepin bowling mostly around us. But it's fun. That is a fun time. Our family always went out bowling. I would go on dates with Richie bowling. We always did it as a family with Isaiah bowling. Everybody would go in groups bowling and get two lanes and bowl, for a couple of hours. I know that the price has gone up like astronomically, but I do want to try to find a bowling alley that's still like that old time feel and get some bowling nights in, even if it's just one bowling night a month, just for a fun activity. Then looking through pictures because I want to start scrapbooking. I have so many. I have so many pictures. I have my pictures, my family's pictures, everybody's pictures collectively. I actually have them in this closet right over here. That is a huge walk-in closet, and I have all of my family's photographs stored inside of there so that, they're all kind of like in groups. And then I need to really get back to scrapbooking because that is something that I used to absolutely love to do so much. So there is that one. Now, I want to definitely continue swimming and I want to incorporate some walking. I think that the other great, amazing part of 2022 was that I joined the gym. I had been saying that I was going to do it for a long time. I definitely wanted to join the gym to swim. I love swimming. I love water. I am a July baby, and my whole life has been based around water and thinking I am a mermaid. So, swimming has been the best thing I could have ever done for myself personally, physically. I feel so much better. I have arthritis in both of my hips, in my left ankle, and also in my knee. And it is pretty painful. And I suffered a lot in 2023, a lot worse physically than I had in years past. And I was in a lot of pain throughout that whole entire, I can't reach the phone. Um, I was in a lot of pain the whole entire year. So let me see if I can pull this over here so I can shut this thing off because I'm pretty sure it's scam likely or something. Um, so I, I've been an extreme amount of pain for this entire year. I started swimming a couple of months ago, and has helped. It has helped me so incredibly, you have no idea. I still feel a lot of discomfort. I still get a lot of issues where I have to like sit on heating pads, lay down on heating pads for hours to be okay. But the swimming has definitely relieved a lot of that. And I want to incorporate some walking too this year, outside of just swimming. Even if I go to the gym and walk on the treadmill for a half an hour, a couple of days a week, and continue swimming for an hour a day, the 7 days a week, like I have been really dedicated to doing. I'm really thankful for that as well in 2022, and I want to continue it. Now, I want to dress up more. That's it. I spend most of my life these last 3 years in comfy clothes, and even though I feel like $1 million in these comfy clothes, I feel so soft, cozy, and wonderful and amazing. And soft clothes, drapey clothes, big oversized clothes. When I go out on date nights or out with friends and stuff like that, I do want to fix myself up a bit more. I live in my crazy buns, but my hair is getting longer and I'd like to do more with it. I have a lot of makeup that I should probably doll up with at least once a week and just try out because when I do get fancy, I feel really good. But when it's just day to day activity, I tend to just go makeup completely free and squishiness. I just like to be soft, cozy, and squishy. So maybe on those special days, those special nights, or places that we might venture out to, I'm gonna put on my cowgirl boots and a little lipstick. So I'd like to do that more and maybe play around with dressing up and putting my clothes together, putting outfits together and things like that a little bit more thoughtfully than what I do now. So that just right now is my 2023 ideas for what I want to bring into 2023 with me. I want to say goodbye to 2022 because this year was a doozy. This year was a doozy, and I can't even tell you the amount of other things that I've been through this year. Um, Without completely demolishing all the positives that I just talked about. But this year was a pretty severe one. And I am really looking forward to trying to do better overall in all of these areas in 2023 and hoping most of all for good health, happiness for every single one of us and for my family that I love so very much as well. I wish us all the best of the best in every year following that. And I hope and pray that our journey will just continue with one another and that we will be around each other and a part of each other for a very long time. And I thank you for being here with me now. I love you guys so incredibly much and Happy New Year. Love all your faces. Bye, guys.